Hey everybody, the Reeswirl here, and it's finally time! Welcome to Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, or Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. I'm just going to be calling it Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, because Phoenix is not the only character, or the only playable character. Oh man, yep, I am ready to roll. Do I have costumes in this game? I don't remember. I may check. Yeah, sure. Why not? We're checking the most important things first. Illustrations, magic costumes. Oh. Oh, I'm dumb. It's just costumes. Oh no, we do. Yeah, for Phoenix we have the Tiger, El Tigre. For Apollo, School Days. Wait a minute. That looks a lot like the Great Ace Attorney, and what they wear in that. And then for her, très bien. Oh. Alright. There might be a case where I decide to put on the alternate costumes, but we'll see. God, he looks pretty good in the LT Grey outfit. Alright, so we do have costumes. Well, the more you know. Alright, let's quit dicking around. Let's get started on episode 1, The Foreign Turnabout. Yes please. Now whether or not I actually managed to get through the entirety of this episode remains to be seen. I probably won't be able to. We'll see.
On the western edge of the Far East lies a peaceful country of spirit mediums and mystery. The Kingdom of Khura'in. But now, the flames of revolution are threatening to consume it whole.
Ooh. Oh.
But things like revolt and revolution
Jesus.
were the furthest things from my mind when I first arrived in this land.
Oh, I really like the animated cutscenes. Episode 1, The Foreign Turnabout. We can actually see him, can't we? Wait. What's happening? Here in Khura'in, death is not the end. Even after death, the soul lives on in the Twilight Realm. And priestesses can commune with the spirits of the dead. Oh. Fear not death. In the name of the Holy Mother. Okay. Fear only the impurities of your soul. Ba 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 ba. Oh. Oh, okay. No! Whoa. This blight on my soul. I'll have the child take the blame. Was that the first time we saw, like, an animated kill? Ooh. Well, I already like the colour scheme. Assuming it doesn't change too much. Well, it's purple, and you know, purple's my favourite colour. Oh, it looks really nice, though. Jesus. Alright, so April 23rd, 3rd, Kingdom of Khura'in. I'm not going to call it Khura'in. It's just Khura'in. Like Khura'in Village. Oh, we can actually see him. Phew. I'm finally here. So this is the Kingdom of Khura'in, huh? What a long trip. I wonder how many hours I was in the air. But just look at this place. Is that a bison? Whoa. Get a load of this street. It really feels like I'm in another world here. Yeah, it's quite drastic how different it is. Man. Whoa. And that gorgeous temple. I read that's the center of town. God, how many pictures are we taking? Jeez. Wow. Oh, it's not a bison, it's an ox. Well, whatever. An ox right in the middle of the street. I have to get a picture of that. Oh, he noticed us. Excuse me, sir. Wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like it. That's quite a crest it has on its head. Excuse me, sir. Wait, which bird? Oh, on the right, I think. What? Oh, yes. Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright? Yeah. That's right. Oops. Hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute, are you... That's right. Oh my god, really? I'll be. I'll be your guide. Oh, I love the names they give characters in this game, because it's so... Some of them are just so stupid. I'll be your guide. Okay. At your service. I'm a monk in training at Temple... Really? Were they even trying to come up with names? At Temple. And I'll be your guide around town. I bet you will. You'll be our guide, or your name isn't. I'll be your guide. What? It's very nice to meet you. Haparaki? Happy what now? Haparaki. Or is it Hapiraki? I'm just gonna call it Haparaki. Fuck it. That's how we greet people here in Khura'in. It's like hello or how do you do? It's a pretty handy expression to know. Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Haparaki. But do not say Haparaki, I'm Phoenix Wright. My name is Phoenix Wright. And I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home anyway. Right now I'm just a traveller, a stranger in a strange land. What? Oh, that's not part of your hat. Oh. Welcome to our country. Welcome to the kingdom of Khura'in, land of spirit mediums and mystery. This is for you. Oh, it's a Magatama. To celebrate your arrival. How did it manage to stay on a plate? Speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump exactly? Allow me to explain. It's a Magatama cake. Oh. Oh my god. This is a famous Khura'inese sweet bun. It's called a Magataman, or soul bun. It's shaped like a Magatama, it's so yummy it'll send your soul right to the Twilight Realm. Oh, definitely when it comes to the Twilight Realm, I'll probably make a Yu-Gi-Oh reference at least once. Yeah, the Shadow Realm. That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it. Thanks. I think I'll indulge later. That'll be 20 Dharmas. Thank you for your patronage. You con! I have to pay? Hardly a gift. I always have plenty of those on hand, so just let me know if you ever want more. What the hell? No wonder his bag looks so heavy. It's stuffed with all the tools of his trade. Oops, I almost forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Maya. Oh. She can't come to see you for a few days yet. Yeah, when I called her from the airport, she said she was still training up in the mountains. I told her I'd wait for her here. Either way, I was glad to hear she's in good spirits. Now it's going to give us a flashback about Maya. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my god. That was weird seeing her in 3D. I came all the way out here to celebrate the end of her ascetic training with her. But sadly, it's not quite done yet. Albie, this is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, okay? You got it, sir. Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all. Maya was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands. Oh, shucks. She said that? That sure was nice of her. You're missing a tooth, buddy. I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit, too. If there's one person Maya was worried about, it's me. Because we both know how trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. I mean, not wrong. That girl worries too much. But you sure came early to the party, Mr. Right, sir. I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with her training for another 2 weeks. Ugh, I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her too. Oh yeah, the trailer actually showed something, didn't it? The trailer for this game, I think, is kind of like the prologue to the game. I don't think you need to watch it in order to understand what happened before the events of the game, but essentially he was on the phone with Maya, and she got, not attacked, but held up at knife point, and broke her phone as a result, and then Phoenix was really worried, which is why he went to Khura'in. At least I think that's the gist of it. Oh well, you know, I thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first. Ooh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that. Oh my god. I'll show you all the best sights this country has to offer. Thanks. That'd be great. I guess Arby takes his job very seriously. Well, what are we waiting for? Those sights aren't going to see themselves. Yikes, you'd have to shove. First stop, Temple. Right there in the centre of town. There's something there I really want to show you. Jesus, he's enthusiastic. My goodness. Whoa. God, it's impressive. I just love how the games have like this 2D, 3D aesthetic going on. Like part of the artwork is 2D and just drawn, but then part of it's 3D and animated. I really appreciate it. It just looks so good. Oh, so nice. So we're in Temple Plaza. Wow, it's even more impressive up close. Allow me to explain. This is the heart of our town, Temple. It was created by the founder of Khura'inism, the Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here at this temple to be a monk someday. I read that the people of this country are all adherents of Khura'inism. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are venerated. Ooh. The Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with our ancestors' souls. And spirit mediums become queen to this day, direct descendants of the Holy Mother. A spirit medium rules the entire country, huh? Talk about power and influence. The main thing you'll want to see when you come to Temple is the Dance of Devotion rite. The Dance of Devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with the Song of Ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. Right. The Dance of Devotion has the power to summon forth souls from the Twilight Realm. Oh, okay, never mind. Hold it, slow down. I can't remember all of that at once. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I got a little overexcited. Anyway, the main thing I got from all that is that you really, really love your country. Heh. Well, that's sure true. I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does. Let's see, I guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. So I'll give you a special discount and only charge you 10 Dharmas for the tour fee. Thank you for your patronage. Wait. I guess he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship too. Come to think of it, Miss Maya told me she could tell I love my country too. We stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother. Really? An hour? Hope that counted as patience training. And she seemed really interested too. She listened to my whole speech. Huh. That doesn't sound like the Maya I know. Miss Maya is so kind and nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. She's kinda like a big sister to me. This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since I last saw her. I'm pretty sure she's like 28 by this time. But looks no different. Oh no! What's the matter? Is it that time already? We have to hurry into the temple right away. But first, let me give you this lyrics card for the Song of Ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation of the lyrics there too, so give it a read, okay? Let's go. But why the big rush? If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of Her Benevolence's Dance of Devotion. Oh my god. Her Benevolence? Okay. Throws us right into it. Cutscene? just with the sidebar disappearing. Cutscene. Oh. What the hell? Oh! Oh god, the music gives me Arten Aliko vibes. Yeah, it does. It just sounds slightly similar. Oh. Wait, what's happening? Jesus. Well, the guards broke in, but it didn't interrupt anything. Whoa! Oh.
You're under arrest for treason.
Oh god. The name's so dumb. I'll be your guide. I think it's I'll be a guide. Not your guide, but whatever. It's still the same. God, she looks evil. Jesus. Crack a smile. Whoa! Wait, was it a guard that was killed? No, just because if I look at that, they look exactly like the guy that got killed. It's mostly because of the headband that I'm thinking that. And the outfit. Maybe it was. Just a random guard. High Count of Khura'in. Accused lobby. Let me in. Why won't you let me in? Oh god, you have guns. Because you're a foreigner. What business could you have with this court? I told you, my friend is on trial in there. Albie. The police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday. And arrested Albie on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albie, so I just had to come see his trial. A trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. If you want a picture for your scrapbook, take one of me and get out of here. Okay. Look, you've got it all wrong. Just great. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. Tell him I'm Khurainese. Tell him I'm a lawyer. Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner. What? I'm actually a lawyer. Back at home, anyway. He's just gonna laugh at me, isn't he? What? Lawyer? I can't... That's not possible. What's he so shocked about? Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer. Enter in the... something, right? Oh, enter in the courtroom. Wait, get back here, you. I could have actually looked at the log. Whoa! Oh my god, it's all animated. So this is a Khurainese courtroom. God, this is so cool. There's Albie. Wait, isn't that... her benevolence? What's she doing here in court? Ooh, I suppose to be a judge in Khura'in you need to have an even more glorious beard. Does that count as two beards because it's separated? The divination seance has been performed. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused. No! Well, that was quick. What? A verdict already? But the trial only just started. Guilty? There's gotta be some kind of mistake. Please, take another look. Seances performed by Princess Rafa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities? But I didn't. Of course. Wow. Isn't it ironic that you, a devout adherent of Khura'inism, would dare doubt her insight? Non-believers will only be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know. But I didn't do it. Your benevolence, allow me to explain, I beg of you. Be silent, impudent whelp. Wow. Jesus. There's no merit to be had in indulging the ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul. But... what in the world is going on here? Also, why is Pain like royalty? He's in like right regal attire. The judge made his ruling based on something called a divination seance. What is Alby's attorney doing? There isn't one. Did you not notice? Wait a minute. Where is Alby's attorney? Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong. Foolish child. She really does look evil. Doubting the divination seance is tantamount to doubting the Holy Mother herself. Your Majesty, as Royal Priestess and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you. Impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul. As you command, so shall it be done, Your Benevolence. May Her Holiness grant us her divine favour. So, Dihara Karain, I guess. Oh, it's Ur. Whatever. Hell yeah! What? Wait, what? I just found myself behind the desk. Wait, just one moment. Or the bench. You're... Ugh, me and my big mouth. Now what? Mr. Wright, what are you doing here, sir? Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this right. Your Honour, it's too soon to give your verdict. This trial has only been underway for a few minutes. Oh my god. You look like a Disney character. Reminded me of Goofy. Excuse me, who on earth are you? I'm... well... an ordinary tourist, Your Honour. Just passing through. Ah, tourist, are you? Haparaki. But more importantly, where is this boy's defense attorney? Defense? Attorney? Oh, we gave him a right hearty chuckle. Whatever are you talking about? He doesn't need a defense attorney. Wait, what? Of course you wouldn't be aware, being a foreigner and all. But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the Kingdom of Karain. We leave it all up to Her Benevolence's sacred power of spirit communion. Her divination seances determine all. Oh. What? But surely you see how unfair that is. What kind of insane court system are they fuck... I clicked. I was a bit too... you know, finger on the trigger. What kind of insane court system are they running here? Oh yeah, I never read before, did I? Where was it? I like it, it's just... okay, there's that. Rafer. Wait a minute, where is his attorney? Holy crap! Yeah, I'd forgotten to look. No! Oh, I missed the opportunity. I'm pretty sure he said there's nothing wrong with a lawyer going into a courtroom. Something like that. So, are they running here? You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon? If you value your life, you will leave post-haste. Or shall I summon the bailiff? The bailiff is that big scary dude with the big scary gun, isn't he? Hey, that's Apollo's stance. What are you doing? Stealing his smirk. I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir of your travels. At the cost of an arm and a leg, no doubt. No, hold on. Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this. Alby. I appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright. But never mind about me. You just go ahead and go see Miss Meyer. But... forget about me, you have to go now. I'm sure you can find another guide. There were lots more places I wanted to show you. But it looks like I won't get a chance now. I'm sorry. The poor kid. He's trying to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. What can I do? What should I do? Go find Maya. Yep. See you, Alby. Have a good life. Not defend him. Duh. I can't just let a verdict be handed down with nobody standing in Alby's corner. If Albie doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I'll defend him. Defend him? You can't be serious. Did you hear that? Is he out of his mind? Heaven forbid. Defend me? Mr. Wright, what are you saying? You can't do that. Oh, you want to bet? I most certainly can. Don't worry, I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials. Besides, can you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you? Mr. Wright. You are but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. But if you are smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further. Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country. Bailiff, throw this man out. Wait, who was that? Payne. Your Majesty, if you please. You had something to say, Mr. Payne? Why not allow it, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused? It could prove very interesting. Right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Right. Mr. whoever you are. It's fairly obvious it's Payne. Pompadour Payne. So, Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveller? I know him through one of my brothers. That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty. And yes, I am acquainted with him. He's a defense attorney from my native land. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before. Wait. Heavens to Betsy! That's an odd saying. What? Mr. Wright, you're a defense attorney? Oh. Wait, is that why the guard was so shocked? Are defense attorneys not allowed here? Or something? A defense attorney? Well, this is a shock. You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. I guess there aren't all that many lawyers around here. I would probably put money on there being absolutely zero. Your Majesty, would you kindly allow us to proceed in the manner of my old country? But, Mr. Payne, I've already made a ruling in this case. Call it nostalgia if you will, but I am most eager to give it a try. But I have a previous engagement, you see, a clash together with the missus. Your Majesty, I agree we should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. A score of years have passed since we last saw a defense attorney. In this courtroom. A score? As in 20 years? What's the deal with this country? Mr. Payne, I want that barbed head brought to me on a stick. As you wish, Your Benevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to it myself. Oh god. The bar must be incredibly low for prosecutors if he's chief. Sheesh. Very well, Mr. Payne. If that is what you and her benevolence want, I will... Is that acquiesce? I don't know how you say that word. As for the defense, I hope you are prepared for every eventuality. Every eventuality? What is he talking about? There. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Indeed I am. Yes, thank you, Mr. Payne. And sorry for not remembering you earlier. Is he actually like a Payne from the other? Like from an earlier game or something? That's Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne, as I'm also known in this country. You'll see soon enough just why that is, because I'm terrible at my job. When you're forced to capitulate to me before this very court of law. Why is he so strangely confident? And not only that, but... what's with the gallery? Just you watch, that defense attorney will try and twist the truth. You can bet on it. Get him, Chief Prosecutor. Crush that defense devil. This is way more lawyer hate than even back home. What? Now if you would please give your opening argument once again, Mr. Payne. Keep wanting to call him Max. Yeah, Max Payne. I'm like, no. Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasure room of Temple. In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in that treasure room. A dead body. Oh. Oh my god, really? These names? The dead body of Mr. Patrol, or Pat Roll, temple security guard, and the empty treasure box that housed the orb which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding. Oh yeah, there he is. We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole the treasure. To kill a guard armed with a gun. What a terrifyingly bold act. I couldn't agree more, Your Majesty. Please allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and crime photo. Why, thank you. So we got Roll's autopsy report. Time of death is around noon. His head shows signs of being hit with a blunt object. Okay. As for the crime photo, the temple's treasure room, the body was discovered at the base of the stairs to the altar. It's been a long time since we had evidence presented in court as well. It's kind of refreshing, actually. Another hearty chuckle. We may rely on the power of the seances, but our police still carry out investigations. Thus, any proof I provide is indisputable. Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't just take your word for it. I can check the evidence out myself by looking at them in the court record. We'll see just how thorough you and your police were, Mr. Payne. Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure of Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation. Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown. Is this treasure really such a valuable object? How can you even ask such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within this treasure is the very soul, the Mitama, of the Holy Mother. Her soul is sealed within the treasure? I think I'll take that with a grain of salt. Grr. You don't believe it, do you? Of course I believe it. Something tells me I'd better play along. This kind of irreverence is exactly why I dislike defense attorneys so much. Your Honor, Your Majesty. What is it now? This treasure, I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Could I see a photo of it or something? Out of all the outlandish requests, you defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale. Every time I see him, he reminds me of, was it Droopy? It just reminds me of a cartoon character, especially when he has that shocked face. It really reminds me of Droopy Dog. Was he called Droopy? He had, like, orange hair and really droopy cheeks. Oh, I think Droopy makes sense for the name. He's been getting awfully angry with me. And are those veins popping out of his forehead? It's forbidden for anyone outside of the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. That is why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright. I guess there are national treasures that are off limits to the public back home, too. For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, let me share this newspaper article. Ooh! It's written in hieroglyphics. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room but once a year, for a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. Therefore, this treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people. So now we have the treasure box forced open and its contents stolen. The average person can only see it in this newspaper article, or the crime photo, if you want to see what it looks like on the inside too. I hear there's been a string of thefts lately of historic artifacts from the temple. Right, Your Majesty. Inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused. So he used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. Is that it? The accused's family is by no means wealthy. To help with family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his ascetic training. We'll admit, his gavel doesn't quite have the oomph of the judge back in our home country. Thank you for giving an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Penn. Now then. No more questions from the defense, I presume? What? No, I do have questions. Even more? But you just asked a bunch. Well, make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes. What? He's still planning on going to that thing? There's still a lot I don't know about the case. I should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see, what else do I need to know more about? The weapon, the motive, the crime scene, the murder weapon. Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon? The murder weapon was... the treasure box itself. Oh yeah, you can see it. The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large blood stain on it. How utterly reprehensible using the sacred treasure box for murder. The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box, ready to abscond with the treasure. But he was stopped. Oh. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds. In the course of his patrol. After walloping Mr. Roll on the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside. The murder weapon. Okay. But the defendant is just a little boy. I hardly think he would be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head. Ah, very good point, Mr. Wright. But I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused's elevated position would more than make up for their difference in stature. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, so Roll was found at the bottom of the stairs. Okay. Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. As always. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Your title is obviously well earned. Well, the accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there is anything else, I am ready to announce my verdict. Very well. In that case, I find the accused... Hold it. Just one moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict just a little bit? But I have a class. I told you. I have plans to attend to. And... What? I'm late. It's already started. How did the time fly by so fast? He's still stuck on that. We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. We're just gonna get laughed at. Ha ha ha! Huh? Did I say something funny? I mean, I did do the laugh. Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that? What? What do you mean, what do I mean? I seem to have some dim recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall. And little wonder, the so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years. Jesus, should I even be surprised anymore? No. Anyway, I demand we let the defendant or the accused tell his side of the story. Is that really necessary? Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty. What harm could it do? I say we allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. Though I doubt he'll have anything relevant to say, or of relevance to say. They're just wanting to humiliate me. Oh, how kind of you, Your Royal Payne-ness. Very well. As long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyway. In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand. Oh, but before we do, I'd better call my wife and apologise for missing that class. Any objections? Go for it, Your Majesty. Oh my. This is already great. Accused, state your name and occupation again, if you would. I'll be your guide. I'm in training to be a monk, and I'm a tourist guide too. A tour guide too. Why me? Now, where were we? Cross-examining the defendant, Your Honor. Your Majesty. Shit. Right. Let's do that then. But the defense attorney's insistence, I might add. Sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind. Probably. Well, the defense had better get to it. And make it quick, if you please. The defense? Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer. Well, I am, and I'm here to defend you, I'll Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be alright. You tricked me. What? If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour. Give back that Magatama I gave you yesterday. Albie, what's gone into you? Don't talk to me. You disgust me. Now even Albie's against me. But why? This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright, being loathed by a client. Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break between the morning and afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time. Alright. What the hell? Whoa, that's cool. Witness testimony. The accused's account. I didn't kill Mr. Roll, and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen that treasure box with the green Chinese butterfly on it. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning out my tour route. Okay. Were you well acquainted with the victim? Yes. He used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other in the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know? I bet Albie looked up to him. But he had to give that up and go to work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard. But at least that way he could still stay on at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young, so Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well. But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him. Sounds like his circumstances and Albie's were very similar. Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. He was always cheering me on in my training, and in my tour guide business, too. Why in the world? God, I've got the hiccups. Would I kill a nice man like that? Yes, I see. You expressed yourself well. Defense, now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied? If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion. But, Your Majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet. That wasn't the end of it. It's been so long I don't rightly recall what this cross-examining thing is all about. A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is. What fresh hell is this? I really do wish I could remember how it works. Maybe Payne knows. Should I give the judge a refresher on cross-examination? Oh, it's the tutorial. Yeah, sure. I guess I'd better, or we'll never get anywhere. Your Majesty, please allow me to explain the procedure. First, we lawyers listen carefully to a witness's testimony. Then we touch present to open the court record and examine the evidence. And why would you do that? To find and present any evidence that's inconsistent with the statements given. Present? I certainly don't need any gifts from you. Oh, present. Clearly something is getting lost in translation with His Majesty. The point is, it's possible that a statement could contain a lie or a mistake. What do you do if you can't find any inconsistencies in a witness's testimony? You press. In that case, we may press the witness for more information. Pressing a statement might reveal new information or even entirely new statements. Presenting evidence is one thing, but pressing witnesses... I'll have you know, defense, that I do not allow violence in my courtroom. Rest assured, only gentle verbal pressure is used, no physical force involved. Well, I'm not convinced. After all, who knows what sort of tactics an attorney will resort to? One false move and I'll call the bailiff. Yeah, something's definitely getting lost in there. For now, I should just focus all of my energy on questioning Alvey, and comparing his statements with the information in the court record. Oh cool, cross-examination is red. That's cool. I like the little touch-up. Oh! Wait. We don't have a health bar anymore. We have... God, it's gone back to the original. Where we have 5 tries, or we can have 5 mistakes. That's cool. I didn't kill Mr. Roll and I didn't steal the treasure. I think I know which statement contains an inconsistency. It's the third one when he mentions it being green. Because how would he know it's green when the only image of the treasure box that exists was on a black and white photo? I believe you didn't do either of those things, Alvey. You do? But you're a lawyer. Of course you'd say that. No. There's no need for that. But he's right. Lawyers always claim their client is innocent, even if they have to lie. Just like you're doing right now, accused. Don't lump me in with that lawyer. I'm not lying. I didn't steal anything and I didn't kill anybody. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the one where he mentions it being green. You're not allowed to go near the treasure room. Why is that? It's a rule of the temple. They keep a lot of important things in that room. Yes, like the Founder's Orb in particular. Only the royal family may lay eyes on it. Didn't Mr. Payne say anyone without spiritual power would go blind? I heard you wouldn't be blinded if you just looked at the outer treasure box. But I've never been anywhere near the treasure room. I'm too scared. Hey, Agent Trent. How's it going? You've got to believe me. I've never even seen that treasure box with the green Karainese butterfly on it. Yeah, that's definitely it. How would he know it's green if it's black and white? I mean, it shows it in this, but... Actually, no, it doesn't. We can't see that it's green. We can only assume.
Objection!
Are we going to mention that? How do you know it's green? Oh, Alvey, why would you lie to me? So, you say you've never laid eyes on the treasure box. Is that right? That's right. It's forbidden, so I'd never do that. In that case, how did you know there was a green butterfly on it? Huh? Because I saw the picture of it in that newspaper article. Yeah, that's in black and white. Nope. Take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what colour the butterfly is from these pictures. Got him. What the hell? Hold on. His bag. Did it just... move? Paul Conker? I beg your pardon? Yep, that's what I was saying. Paul Conker is a word in Karainese that people use when they're surprised. Okay. You just exposed a lie. So this is the power of cross-examination, is it? Indeed. It's a powerful thing indeed. I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding. But just a moment. If the accused was lying, then that just makes him more suspicious than ever. I mean, you're not wrong there. Ugh. And this just makes things worse for me than ever. Alvey, are you hiding something? Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. Darn. I just can't seem to get him to open up to me. So, accused, you have seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, haven't you? Well... maybe I did take a peek one time a long time ago, when I was cleaning the treasure room. But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right? Of course I wasn't. Ew. That is a lie. You were most definitely inside the treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof. He does? This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice and contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident. And what exactly is that supposed to prove? The accused's fingerprints were found on the scroll. Oh. What? Oh no. Where is it? It's not here. I must have dropped it somewhere. Indeed. You must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim. Okay. A notice from the day of the incident, the defendant's fingerprints were found on it. Oh dear. Well, things are getting worse for us. No. Then that means... Albie was there on the day of the incident? That's the third hearty chuckle. So this is the power of the cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself. Yes, it would seem so, Your Majesty. Oh dear. He predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it. I didn't even get to read that. Ew. God damn, their mouth is huge. Right, now I can read what they said, because I missed the first one. Ready to refute it? How was any of that supposed to help the accused? See, I told you can't trust lawyers and their lies. Her benevolence already said the kid's guilty. Just claim guilty and get it over with. No, everything's going all wrong. Yeah, it certainly is. Shadu, what do I do? As I suspected, this cross-examination session has served no purpose whatsoever. No, you're wrong. But armed as we are with her benevolence's insight, there's no reason to doubt his guilt. Then I guess I'll just have to poke holes in this insight of hers. By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict. Wait just one moment, Your Majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As the defense, I have the right to check it. Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife. I guess you really did give him the business. Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the seance. You do? And why is that, Mr. Payne? Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance? And then watch him tearfully beg for mercy? Well now, God, he looks like Droopy Dog when he has that expression. Well, it doesn't actually look anything like it, but it reminds me of him. I'm sure it'll make up for not getting to go to that class with your wife. It certainly does sound worth seeing. It'd give me a juicy tidbit to tell the missus. That's another hearty chuckle. I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit. Well, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again. But then right after that, the tearful begging, I really do have to be going. The only tearful begging is going to come from the prosecution when we're through. Ho-ho! Them's fighting words. How pitiful the defense looks, still scrambling desperately for a foothold. Blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him. Okay, so now we have a divination seance. Which is new to Spirit of Justice. Okay, there she is, her benevolence. Your benevolence, Raper Padma Karain. Thank you for coming all this way once again. Your gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Barb-headed attorney. Yes. I am told you question the veracity of the sacred divination seance. It would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you. I'm just a foreigner, ignorant in the ways and customs of this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, your benevolence. All I want is a fair trial for Albie. You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair? Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality. What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story? How dare you speak to her benevolence in that manner? Oh my god. Did you hear that? Did you hear how he talked to her benevolence? What does he know about anything? Ignorant outsider. We won't stand for it. He must be punished. Jesus. Yikes. Looks like I really stuck my foot in it this time. Punish him! Oh my god. Poor Phoenix. Silence one and all. Why does she have a bell on her wrist? Oh wait, they're the... okay, yeah. I thought they were attached to her fingers. Oh, but never mind. Is she standing up for me? Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion. Well, looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought. Attorneys are ghastly creatures, with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of a lowly worm such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over. Okay, never mind. Alright, I take that back. None of his prattling can sway the truth of my insights. Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways. Now then, your benevolence. The divination seance, if you would. Certainly. He is, poor guy. It's like the roughest start for Phoenix in all of the games. He's just being insulted. Certainly. Nana, my robe. Jesus. Oh my god, they're fast! Zoom. Divination seance. Okay.
O Holy Mother,
Whoa.
we hold this divination seance in your name.
Wait, she talks. I mean, we've had voice acting in the cutscenes, but this is the first time we've had voice acting on the 3D models. That was unexpected.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me,
Okay.
so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Ooh. Let's do it. Whoa. God, I wish I could hear this music and not instantly think Art on Elego. I don't even know why it reminds me of it, but it does. I mean, to be fair, Dual Destinies also had voice acting, but it was only on the anime cutscenes. Before each trial, or partway through a trial. So it's just weird to see it on the 3D models instead. Cool though. Whoa! Yeah, you're not wrong. It's like... Maya's evil twin. Or evil sister. We don't actually know if she's evil, she comes across as a bit of a bitch. Whoa. God, I love the detail in this. Makes me even more appreciative that I'm playing the Android version. What the fuck? Incense. Okay. Song of Ceremony, Boy's Voice. Okay, game, you're gonna have to teach me something. But Boy's Voice. Pain. Oh, this is from the guy's... Okay, yeah, it's from the dead bodies. The dead guy's soul. I'd completely forgotten what the hell it was all about. What just happened? An image appeared in the pool. A final message from the victim's soul. The last communication of his Mitama. The divination seance has revealed this to us. Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communion to project a victim's memories of the last few moments before their demise. Didn't we already prove that this doesn't really work? Like, not in this game, but in the first game. On Case 4. Because, they used a spirit medium to get in touch with Gregory and find out who killed him, and then they wrongfully... Like, it essentially screwed over the wrong person who held a grudge for all those years. And it was a different person entirely. See, so they can be wrong. We've proved it. Whether that's the case with this, who knows? So what we saw in the pool is what Mr. Roll actually experienced. In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon up over his head. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. Maybe he just thought it was Albie, and it was someone else. Well, we know it was someone else. At the start of this case, we saw who did it. There has to be some kind of mistake. I didn't do it. This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad. Now do you see why I'm the incredible pain? More than I can express. But even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them? There it is. There's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I've waited to see it. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty? Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Now are you finally convinced, Traveller? The accused is most assuredly guilty. Am I really the only unbiased one here? I really hate how his gavel has no gusto behind it. It sounds like it's hitting a cushion. It does not sound like it's hitting a wooden plate. Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. You'd be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs. The Defense Culpability Act? What's that? What? You mean you honestly don't know? No. I didn't even realise Albie stood on a box. I don't know how I didn't notice that before. What's with all the hubbub? Well, well. Not only is he a lying, black-hearted lawyer, he's also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you'd better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him. It's gonna be something like, if I fail, I die. Or something. Yes, I think I'd better. The Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act, for short, is as follows. In the name of Her Eminence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. Oh. So jail time. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he. Oh. What? What kind of insane law is that? Abaddon. Under the DC Act, many an attorney has been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. Ah, that explains why there's no... attorneys. That's why that became a dead profession. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an attorney. Ah. That's as it should be. The history of our courts proves that. Attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused. Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated. Jesus. I've never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way? My god. It's the attorney against the entire country. You fell right into my trap, Phoenix Wright. Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. Oh. Wait, what? With the Seance and the DC Act on my side, I'll finally get my revenge. So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie. Well, I did actually say that he was his brother as a joke. How many Pains are there then? Is there just 2? Chased out and humiliated back home, fate brought me to the foothills of Khura'in. I thank my lucky stars that I'm Chief Prosecutor here now. Defense know that if I rule that the accused is guilty, you will go to prison too. Wait a minute, I think Pain might be the one from Dual Destinies. Maybe. Well, in Dual Destinies, he also had the Pompadour. And then he ran away when the bomb threat went off, or when the bomb went off. That explains Albie's reaction earlier. Defend me? Mr. Wright, what are you saying? You can't do that. Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit lenient? After all, we're talking about treason. One should pay for such a crime with one's life. Okay, I did say we'll die if we lose. Jesus. Yes, I believe the death penalty might be appropriate under these circumstances. The death penalty? No way. You're kidding, right, Your Majesty? I don't think so. Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll have you put your life and your dark-tainted soul on the line here. Death? This can't be happening. The Courts of Resignation. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land where my seances provide the truth and no attorneys can intervene, criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate. Oh, foreign lawyer, I ask you once more. Are you sure you still want to defend the accused? My god, we're already facing our first major choice. There's Maya to think of in all this too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? Abandon the defense or continue? Continue, obviously. We know he didn't do it. Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? Or to help those with no one on their side. I can't just abandon everything I believe in. All I can do now is stand firm and fight. Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Phoenix Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the Chief Prosecutor, for your life.
Objection!
Not necessary. Even if it means being subject to the Defense Culpability Act, I will defend Albie. What? But Mr. Wright? Oh dear. The defendant insists he's innocent, and not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination. Woohoo! Oh my god, Payne's hair's still flipped up. God damn it. Paul Conker! I should just say, shock. But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too. Yeah. Even knowing that, you still want to defend me? I don't know what happened in the past. But it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. Barb-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Yeah, life or death. Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes. Your benevolence? Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insights out. Haha! Oh wow, she actually has voice lines. Wait, we know she does. She was speaking earlier. Insolent, disrespectful attorney. You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm. Not a wise move, Traveller. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads. Wow. Okay. Jeez. God, what is wrong with these savages? My goodness. The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I but give their messages a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it. Oh, I'm gonna. Don't you worry. Don't do all the dancing again. Okay, good. As cool as that cutscene is, I only want to see it once. Once per case. Rafer's insight. The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion. Oh. So, these are the victim's experiences just before death. As the victim's final memories, we can assume they aren't lies. So how do I break this down? Okay, it's tutorial. Allow me to reveal you of your ignorance, Defense. I'll relieve you, not reveal you. Did you notice the words that appeared in the seance vision? I did indeed. There was incense, boy's voice, pain, and something else. Song of Ceremony. There it is. Come to think of it, I did see words. Like Song of Ceremony and incense. Why is it yellow? Or why are those green? The victim's final memories are not limited to sight alone. Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch, all is laid bare in the pool of souls. So what Mr. Rod experienced with his 5 senses appears in the vision as words, right? Oh. By examining these senses, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity. Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. Now, to find a contradiction between her insights and the seance vision. Your benevolence, I ask that you please show me the seance vision again. With no dancing, please. Very well. So we have incense, Song of Ceremony, boy's voice, pain. Oh, the boy's voice again, and then pain. So those were the 5 words. Incense, ceremony, boy's voice, pain. Wait a minute. Her benevolence said after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Oh, so why was the song playing? Isn't there something off about that? The accused swung down the victim. Whoa. God, this is cool. What the fuck? First, I'll swipe my way to the insight that seems off. I really hope I don't have to swipe. Can I just click? I'm playing this on an emulator, not on an Android phone. Okay, cool. Wait, so what is it? No! With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion. Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. Now we'll just carefully compare this insight with the seance vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll tap select. So... Wait. This is it. This is the part... Oh, it looks rather goofy. This is the part of the vision that contradicts the insight. I'll just select the sensation I think is inconsistent and then present it. Oh! Sound, smell, sound. Oh right, yeah, these are sight. Okay. Cool. Sound.
Objection!
Wait just a moment. Yes. What is it, Barbed Head? You're saying the incident occurred after the morning dance of devotion, right? That's right. What of it? Why is the song playing? Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the Song of Ceremony? Oh my, you're absolutely right. Is that all that troubles you? Huh? What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony. Of course. Practice run? What are you talking about? Mr. Payne, if you would. Shine. Certainly, allow me to explain. The incident occurred in the interval between the morning and the afternoon dances. Right. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall. Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement. I see. So what the victim heard was that practice session. Ah, there goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing. However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me. Ask away, your majesty. It's a big temple. The performance hall and treasure room are quite far from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room? He's right. It's a very big temple. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne? Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of Temple, including the treasure room. Oh. Oh, that's right! How does he forget everything? Speakers? For what purpose? Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They're to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple. That's why the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony in the seance vision. It was the practice run going on in the performance hall, heard over the speakers. Thank you for your explanation, your benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me. Well, shit. Think nothing of it. Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insights for us? Very well. Insight revised. So, okay, the Song of Ceremony the victim heard was of a practice run through the temple speakers. Nice. I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all of her insights out after all. I better find another inconsistency no matter how small. What other inconsistency would there be? The kid swung down whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. Oh, now it's going to tell me that I can pause the vision. This is the tutorial case, so, you know, it's fine. It's a bit hard to focus on the insights with the seance vision going. It's not hard to focus at all. I'll try using the pause button to temporarily stop the vision. There we go. There, I paused the vision. I think I can tap the flashing panels to jump to different parts of the vision. I'll try moving to the Mitama mark on the flashing red panel there. Okay. Okay, now that I know how to get around in the seance visions, it's time to find inconsistencies between the insights and the vision. Right, okay. So the insight we've already crushed was this one. Do we just have to crush, like, each of the insights? So when the... Wait, with the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Okay. When was that? Which boy's voice? Wait, if he lost his life... I'm just thinking, would he have felt pain? Doesn't say whether or not he died instantly. Cerebral contusion from a head injury. Would that not be instantaneous? Instantaneous? In which case he wouldn't feel pain. That's my only idea. I'll try it. I have 5 chances. Touch. Wait, touch? Touch? Touch?
Objection!
I don't understand why it's a touch. You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct? Yeah, which means... It went dark, meaning he died. Instantly, so he wouldn't have felt pain. Of course, as anyone with eyes can see. Well, pardon me, but I must disagree. What? Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain. He felt pain after it went dark. Everything goes black and then, only after that, the victim feels pain. Yeah, so he shouldn't, because he's dead. You don't die and then start feeling pain. Inconceivable. This places the order of events at odds with what you say happened. Oh. My word. Your benevolence, what is the meaning of this? I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy. Well, it would seem you're wrong. And if what the defense says is true, this is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but... I'm afraid this contradiction is something we simply can't ignore. No, let's not be too hasty, your majesty. I think I can clear this up. You have something to add, Mr. Payne? 1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear. And that would be... On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout in one part of the temple. Okay, so that's why his vision went dark. And as I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must be why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologise for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind. Or rather, you knew all along, and are only letting it slip now that it's convenient, Payne. God, he really is a royal pain. The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers. Oh, there was a blackout there, was there? I mean, I knew that. Well now, that explains everything, does it not? Bugger. What do you mean, your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would. The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced with one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down... on the victim's head. I see. That makes perfect sense, your benevolence. So, the victim was struck after the lights went out. Bugger. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring, your benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone. Yeah, well done, you did nothing. Hoorah. Hey, I want to live long and prosper too. Enough applause. You flatter me. Now, your benevolence, in light of this new information... Yes, of course. I will alter my insight. So, there was a power outage. Ah, Christ. With the... Oh, wait. One can safely assume the accused struck the victim the moment after the blackout began. So it affected the power of that sector. Song of ceremony the victim heard was of a practice... Wait, why did it show me that? So much for my inconsistency. Wait a minute. That was the third statement. At least I was able to draw out some new info. That was the third statement. After which the victim felt pain. So after the blackout, how did he hear the song? Yeah, there it is. And with new info comes a chance to find new inconsistencies. That's why it highlighted that message. I think, anyway. Now to compare the insights with the vision again and see what else I can dig up. I quite like the divination seances. They're quite cool. Yeah, the song of ceremony the victim heard was of a practice run through the temple speakers, which we just need to wait for the pain to come through. Hiya! So, basically, Song of Ceremony's been there the entire time. Sound.
Objection!
Alright. Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it's not infallible. You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents of Kyrainism. Defense, watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind. It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums. But maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking. What malarkey? I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the Song of Ceremony thanks to the temple's speakers. What do they run on? Batteries? But then how do you explain the blackout? How the victim could still hear the Song of Ceremony even after the power went out? Oh. This contradiction of facts can only mean that the Song of Ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers. What? Impossible. What are you saying? Wow. And they were gonna run with this divination seance? And get a guilty verdict? Jeez. How many innocent people have they put behind bars? I wonder. That the song we heard was coming directly from the performance hall. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation. But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall. Right. The song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless he was killed elsewhere. You mean to say... Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else, somewhere closer to the performance hall. What? You can't be serious. There is a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined. What? No. This is completely unprecedented. Well, you haven't had Phoenix right in your country. An inconsistency in her benevolence's insights. Unbelievable. Heed not his forked tongue, your majesty. Keep wanting to call him majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer, a feeble ruse from a feeble mind. But the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it. But the defense's assertion is, in the end, meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change what we've seen of the moment of the murder. Indeed, the accused standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insights still stand. I hate to admit it, but she's right. The seance vision still makes the situation look really grim for Olivia. I doubt even the defense can dream up an explanation as to why. The accused had his hands up over his head. Well, this defense dares to dream of making it out of this nightmare alive. Do what? You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? You better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if we find you are just wagging it. Of course I can back up my claim, just as soon as I think of something. You appear to be fully prepared, Defense. As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try and prove your claim. As long as you're willing to stake your life on it. I concur, Your Majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop chop. Chop chop. Yes, let's have the bailiff fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop chop. Stop, stop. I hear that lying lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure he won't miss one. Yikes, these people are actually serious. I'm rather attached to my tongue. Think, Phoenix. Think. Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have his hands held up like that? Oh, really? Okay, you're being a bit too handholdy. Aha, so that's why. Someone had a gun pointed at him. The reason the defendant had his hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. Oh, I was about to say what? There we go. The pistol! As in the seance vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday. You did? Where did you see such a thing? When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest. Oh, are you saying... The victim was a security guard, and an armed one at that. The defense proposes that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie. That's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air. But... Shock horror. It's just Paul Kunker, I think. Oh god, you fainted. What? Who would have thought the seance vision could be interpreted that way? This is not possible. It can't be. Not bad for a total knockout. How dare that lawyer devil go against her benevolence? He's no better than that traitorous snake Dirk. Traitorous snake? Dirk? Who's that? No. I can't believe it. A contradiction in one of my insights. There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it. That's right, your benevolence. Yeah, that's right, your benevolence. Be ignorant. And I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately. For what? For Lee's Majesty. Alright, whatever that means. What? Yeah, you said it. Throw him in jail. Yes, make him pay for the way he disrespected her benevolence. Ugh, these people are definitely not my fans right now. Don't worry, Phoenix. I'm a fan. Jesus. Peace, give me peace. Oh, instead of saying order, he says peace. Oh. That's a cool little detail. Now everyone, please calm down. Is he... Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted attorney a suitable punishment. I will do no such thing. No, I can't charge him with Lee's Majesty. What? What? But why not, Your Majesty? He was simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There's nothing unlawful about that. But Your Majesty, don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife. We can't end the trial now. Not when we just learned new information about the case. What? Your Majesty, not you too. Hey, these two were the ones that were like, yeah, let's do it, it'll be amusing. Who's laughing now, bitches? You would honestly entertain the idea that my insight contains a contradiction? I mean, we proved it 3 times. How many times do I have to do it to prove that it does contain false information? Truly, it is shocking. In the 20 plus years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. But with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency. And it is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law. You dare go against the Royal Priestess, you non-believer? No, my faith is as strong as ever. But I have a duty to make a fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, Your Benevolence, I am afraid I must request your removal from this courtroom, Royal Priestess or not. Hey, the judge isn't a complete douchebag. He's actually trying to remain non-biased. What? I'll have you know, Your Benevolence. Ooh. Please, whatever that... How the fuck do you say that word? Acquiesce? Is it acquiesce or acquiesce? Whatever, in this Your Benevolence. I should probably just look up how to pronounce it. If looks could kill, I'd be a dead man. I won't forget this offense. Barbed head. As she raises a fist to the air. Phoenix! I do not admit defeat. I won't. Yeah, remain ignorant. Bailiff, please see Her Benevolence out. Your maternal will face due retribution. In the Twilight Realm. The demons there they'll pluck the barbs right off your stupid head. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful. Alright. I don't even know if that word's a hard to pronounce one, I've never seen it, so I'm like, what? Oh, I didn't even get to read that. I want to. She was throwing more of a tantrum. So I hope it's super duper painful, and I hope they throw you into a lake of burning fire. Yeah, and then... and then... Oh, she's a child. I guess she's still just a teenager after all. Oh, that was great. Actually, no, there's the acquiesce, which I think is actually a word, and then Pole Kunka. Or Pole Kunka. But I'm pretty sure that's not an actual word. Now then, defense. Mr. Light, was it? No, that's it's right. Close, though. That's right, Your Majesty. Phoenix, right. Of course. Mr. Right. My apologies. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oops. Yes, but do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying to this court. I understand, Your Majesty. Whew. Maybe now we can finally run a real trial. Arguments, Your Majesty? Very well, I accept your challenge. Huh? What's with him? Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just too hilarious. What's so funny, Mr. Payne? The defense still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him and his case instead. What do you mean by that, prosecutor? I told you, it's chief prosecutor. Yeah, whatever. Yes, because that's the point to focus on right now. The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused? Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, indeed, because the accused was about to commit a theft. It's the only logical explanation. What? That does sound pretty logical, actually. Well done, Payne, you actually made sense. It doesn't help the accused's situation at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty. Yes, I have to agree. Allow me to spell out this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Rawl came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just when the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid his body in the treasure room. I would probably say that he didn't get his gun out, because it's still in the holster. I suppose he could have put it back. You know, there's that. A hand truck for moving heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that. What, nobody would have seen it? And after all that hard work to knock down those insights... backed into the old familiar corner once more. Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal? Ugh, I'm drawing a total blank here. I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold. I asked you a question, Defense. Think, Phoenix. I've got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is ask the defendant himself what happened. But I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie? Will you tell us what really happened? You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul. Albie, you have to tell me the truth. I can't help you unless you do. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry. Why? Why won't you trust me? Is this it? Is this the end? For both of us? Obviously not. Hold it! Wait. Maya? Oh! Wait, what is happening? I never met a real lawyer before. Everybody always told me they're bad. Bad people who help dirty criminals go free. I never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me. Would actually believe in me. Would risk his own life for me. I never would have even imagined it. Albie? So, that's why I lied. To try and save myself. But I'm not going to lie anymore. If you believe in me enough to put your life on the line, then I'm going to believe in you too. Hey! What? Allow me. Allow me to explain. I can see his hair stuck up in the air again. Now we're talking. Time to finally get to the bottom of things. To be honest, I went into the treasure room lots of times to look at the treasure box. Even though the temple told you you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. But that box is so beautiful. The way it glows in the dark. I couldn't help myself. Wait, it glows in the dark? That's right. It's covered in this special mineral called... What? Oh, of course. Fluorite. Oh, fluorinite. That makes it glow. It's covered in this special mineral that makes it glow. There we go, sorted it. It's absolutely breathtaking. It's really a shame they don't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours of the temple if they did? If only he applied such passion to telling me the truth earlier. Okay, so that gets updated. It was forced open and its contents were stolen. Glows in the dark. Nice. Whew. Whoa. Oh man. On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again. Just can't help himself. When I ran into Mr. Roll on the Great Stairs. So those were not the treasure room stairs in the Seance vision. Oh. No, they were the Great Stairs that connect the hallway. Or to the hallway. Makes sense. The vision wasn't clear enough to show us what was at the top of the stairs. Temple diagram. A diagram depicting the temple treasure room area. Right. All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scary. For some reason, he had his scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. Just then, the power went out, so I took that chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life, even now when I try to think back on it. All I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. That must have been when I dropped the notice scroll. Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with Mr. Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs? Aside from put your hands where I can see him. What is it, Albie? I have no idea why, but... He asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He said. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't say all this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me. My grand speech. One that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief.
Objection!
But that might just have been the victims of misunderstanding. Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had a good reason to be suspicious of the accused. Why does every new piece of information have to seem so incriminating? Shadow. What do I do, Shadow? Shadow! What better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands? In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed that the treasure had been stolen. And then, just after that... Yeah, he ran into him. Are you serious? He ran into the accused, I'll be your guide. Why would he steal something, then go back to where he stole it from? Nobody would be that dumb. No, that's not what happened. Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and killed the victim is the accused. Can be none other than the accused. What? Wait. A puppy? Is that a doggo? What now? Oh my god, it's a doggo. Ah, that's Shadow. Oh, right, that's not actually a Karine word, it's his pet. Ruff ruff, ruff ruff. So that's what kept moving around in his bag. Okay. Hey Shadow, down boy. Well, what do we have here? I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow. You nearly gave me a heart attack. So that's what was making his bag move. Can you quiet that yappy mutt down? Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake. You can understand him. Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense. I beg your pardon? You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you? Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Hey! Of course not, Your Majesty. Not this time, anyway. Phew. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there. I think I'd better reassess my strategy, and fast. I have to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim, or we're sunk. Well, while it's true that the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died, it doesn't mean that somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at that time. If you're going to go that far, evidence, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach ready. Exactly. I mean, who but the accused, standing front and centre, could have done it? Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture. True. Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know I can think up something convincing. Where else could the victim have been struck from? Behind. Someone could have been hiding out in the storeroom. Kaboom! Could have been struck from behind. With the defendant standing in front of the victim, isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind? Actually, wait, that would make sense. His wound is on the back of his head. From behind, you say? I see. Yes, I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility. Good. Now at least I have some breathing room. But who do you suppose it could have been? Oh, the true culprit. Naturally, the one who actually committed the theft and murder. The true culprit? And I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go along with that. I should have known. I'd have to explain everything. Alright. If we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... Oh god. After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. Saw Roll went into the storeroom. But then Mr. Roll appeared, making his rounds. Hid in the storeroom. Oh my god, I actually guessed correctly. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the other end of the hallway. Mr. Roll saw... Oh! He would have walked into the thing, saw it was missing, then went back, saw Albie, and questioned him. You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. I mean, you're not wrong. Admit it, you have nothing but baseless conjecture. But I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Albie? When you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around the storeroom area? I don't know. Oh, the dog's so cute. There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the ends of that hallway. I see. Swing and a miss. Oh yeah, and he wouldn't have seen the person because the lights went out. Oh, did Shadow? I'm just gonna call it Shadow. Sod it. Shadow says that someone was there. I see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony is inadmissible. You think this is a joke? Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person. But that doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway. Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink. What are you talking about? Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in that hallway at the time of the incident. How can you continue to make that assertion? Because there was a witness. A very reliable eyewitness. Oh dear, God, that scared me. What? Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand. You what? Is the witness going to be the actual person that we saw in the cutscene? Calling an eyewitness to the stand. It's been decades since that's happened. And unlike the defense's witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved. That was a low blow. Very well. I'll allow it. And now for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand. Oh my god, it's him. The murderer. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, what the fuck is this name? Oh, is it Peace Lubbin? Peace Lubbin Understanding. Is that Peace Love and Understanding? Is that what his name is meant to be? Is the name I'm like Temple's head monk? Can you dig? What the f... Alright. Oh! It's the court jester. If it isn't Instructor Understanding, you're the eyewitness. Instructor? More like murderer. Not only is Mr. Understanding Temple's head monk, he's also a murderer. But he's also a renowned Dharmal... Fuck's sake. he's also a renowned expert. Darmalin? Darmalin? Sorry to have to ask, but what's one of those? Is it that instrument? Check it. Here she is, my sweet Serenada. My one and only. Groovy, right? But you heard our sultry sounds once before, brother. Eh? Oh, it was you! Okay, here's the one that was playing the music. When dragon and tiger collide, I think the word was. Oh, battle. Yeah, close enough. That's the song from the Dance of Devotion. Right on, brother. The Song of Ceremony. Playing this tune together is a precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig? The Song of Ceremony, the song that was playing at the time of the murder. Oh, Holy Mother. May the righteous sounds of my ukulele serve as my offering to you. I don't know how you say it, Darmalin? I'm just gonna call it a Darmalin, fuck it. Wonderful. A great performance as always. This is my thing, you know? My bag. I make instruments speak, baby. By the by, Magistry Pops. No Darmalin class today? Oh, that's what you had to miss. No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime. Thanks to the lawyer over there. The class the judge wanted to attend was a Darmalin lesson. Well, you know what they say, baby. Never trust the lawyer, man. Sheesh. I'm being shat on from all sides. I don't like this. But transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Understanding. As the treasure's keeper. Oh! You must have been shocked to learn that it had been stolen. Oh yeah, I bet he was really shocked when he put it in his pocket. My god, it's been taken! Yeah, man. That was not cool. Wow. Oh my god, could he be any more uninterested? Yeah, man, I can't believe it was taken. Who would do such a thing? Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Understanding. That's right, brother. This here's the one and only treasure box key. Everybody does want him dead, and I keep it on me at all times, can you dig? So basically you're the one that stole it. Nice. But the sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bum, man. So that's the key to the treasure box, is it? You know it, baby. It's called the Magatama key, and it's a historical artifact to boot. Been passed down from head monk to head monk at Temple Temple. The Magatama key, huh? The sole key for opening the treasure box, Understanding keeps it on his person at all times. Now someone's jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. How am I ever gonna face Her Holiness again? Oh, Holy Mother, please find it in your infinite mercy to forgive me. I'll give him this, he's one hell of an actor. Please guide this lost and humble lamb. Why do I always get the far out ones? Mr. Understanding, you witnessed the accused and the victim head into the treasure room? You know it, baby. Best believe I scoped that tiny transgressor. Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? I was about to say, I guess that means yes. To bring justice against the transgressor man, yes, of course, I'll do all I can. Did you just wink? In the name of Her Holiness, I vow to sing. Okay, not quite a wink. Naught but the truth I swear to bring. Hit me! Oh, gladly. Someone just walk up and punch him. Witness testimony! Alright, what bullshit you gonna spew? What I saw, baby. So after the morning dance of devotion, Okay, I do quite like that it's a song, but I'm not gonna sing it. Screw that noise. To go back to my chamber, I got the notion. So don't you know my chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room? Hey, hey. Whoa. So any small footsteps I can quite clearly hear if anyone to the treasure room goes near. So Albie was the only one. Albie was the only one. So before the blackout, one other than Roll, only Albie to the treasure room did stroll. Alrighty. So tell me I was hallucinating just now. Like, can you believe Mr. Roll bit the big one after that? Harsh, man. I share your sentiments. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, Mr. Understanding? Oh, naturally, the one who discovers the body is usually the one that commits the crime. What, you found the body as well? He really is a key witness, then. That's right, brother. After the blackout, I went to reset the breaker and give power back to the people. The circuit box is near my chamber, so I'm always the man for the job, you feel me? Ah, right, that's the breaker. You're very confused. The breakers are in the first floor hallway, in front of the storeroom. On the way I got a whiff of something funky. Blood, man. Really harshed my mellow. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung by the treasure room to see what's what. And it's like, whoa, man. There was poor Mr. Roll dead of the doornail. What is this guy on? The diagram to... okay. How calmly he explains that he found a body. Whoa, man. In the interval between the end of the Dance of Devotion and the blackout, the only ones who went to the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So you see, Mr. Understanding's unassailable account is what led to the accused arrest. Hold it. Oh, I didn't do the usual. Isn't it possible that the murder took place before the end of the Dance of Devotion? I'm afraid that's not possible. The victim was in the performance hall until the very end of the dance. He was? Would you like some proof? Oh, of course. That is my language. How's this? A photo. Taken by a tourist of the morning Dance of Devotion. Is he, like, there? Oh yeah, there he is. Oh, there's Roll too. I think. My, what graceful dancing. I can almost hear the sound of Mr. Understanding's Darmelin now. Payne's right, there's Mr. Roll on duty. Yeah, that's pretty good. What man of body these vibes I'm feeling from this person being dead is definitely trustworthy. That was good. Never underestimate the incredible pain. So in addition to Rafer's insights, he had backup evidence lined up to her. What a dick. Dance of Devotion photo added to the court record. A picture of the stage shows Roll on guard duty in the audience. As head monk, my monks in training are like my own kids, like family. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Oops. I should have taught Albie better, man. Before Her Holiness, the Holy Mother. Oh, Albie, confess your sins, my young brother. Head monk understanding. I didn't kill Mr. Roll. You did. So I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother. What? Bogus, little man. Your faith is weak, like a wet paper bag, are you feeling me? Boom, boom. Spare the rod, hey... hey baby... what? Spare the rod, hey baby, spoil the child, not maybe. I have no idea what Roddy's on about. I don't think I want to know. Her Holiness is magnanimous, son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm. I don't suppose you could forgive him in this realm first. Defense, please begin your cross-examination. You got it. Let's do it. Let's tear this guy a new one. Is he gonna sing again? Okay, he's not actually singing. So after the morning intense devotion, to go back to my chamber, I got the notion. Yeah, just press everything. I have a question. Lay it on me, man. How dare you interrupt the performance of the great Peter Lubbin Understanding? I was really enjoying that. Sorry. But you know, there's something about that name I can't put my finger on. What's so funny about Peace, Love and Understanding? You had a question for me, brother? You were playing something during the Dance of Devotion, weren't you? You know it, baby. I was playing my beautiful girl right here, this Darmelin. In offering to Her Holiness, I play the music and the singers sing the Song of Ceremony. Mr. Understanding's playing is the best in the kingdom. It must please Her Holiness greatly. Now then, could you continue with your testimony, Mr. Understanding? By which I mean, can you continue singing? For the Holy Mother, I keep on trucking. The Darmelin still needs some plucking. Fuck me, he speaks in rhymes. Don't you know my chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room? Hey, hey. Okay. Could you please point out one more time where your chamber is located? Yeah, man. No sweat. My chamber is on the way from the performance hall to the treasure room. So anyone going to the treasure room would have to pass by Understanding's chamber. Oh, okay. Give Peace Lovin' a chance. Oh, okay. That was odd. Any false stuff? There. Any small footsteps I can quite clearly hear. Anyone to the treasure room goes near. Even from inside your chamber, you can still hear what's going on outside. Temple is a groovy old building, built from Mother Nature's finest. You can hear a pin drop through the wooden walls, you dig? In an old building like that, I guess the walls must be pretty thin. And that's how Mr. Understanding could know the culprit's movements. It's all thanks to the Holy Mother's divine protection. Right on, my man. I dedicate this testimony to Her Holiness. Yeah. Albie was the only one. Albie was the only one. How could you tell it was Albie just from the sound of some footsteps? Albie is practically family, man. The smooth groove of his shoes are easy to pick out. The smooth groove of his shoes. That's a phrase I never thought I'd say. But how do you know he went to the treasure room? Didn't you think it was possible he went to the storeroom at the other end of the hall? No way, man. I saw him with my own two eyes. You saw him? Fuck's sake, we're getting another song. In the treasure room. This you can believe. My pea. My peep has peeped the sneaky sneak, Albie. I don't know why I hesitated on P. Wait, what? And tell us where it is you stood when you saw the accused, if you would. Okay. When I heard the footsteps, I looked out the window. Oh, understanding's chamber's up there. Okay, now I know what they mean. That was a window on the diagram. Okay. From my window I can see the window with the first floor hallway across the courtyard. You dig? And through that window I saw Albie walking into the treasure room. Yeah, it was very odd that it stopped at P. Should I ever add this statement to his testimony? Oh, but of course. Can you please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Understanding? You got it, brother. Ooh. So through the window I did spy little Albie with my own eye. What do we have? Well, there it is. I call bullshit. Due to the growing number of thefts around the temple, we'll be tightening security throughout. Therefore, all of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's Dance of Devotion. I thought I'd already read that. My bad.
Objection!
There's something off about that, Mr. Understanding. My music is off? I'm sorry you feel that way, man. Maybe this vibe ain't topping the charts where you're from. What's your poison? Orchestra? Jazz soul? There's nothing wrong with my ears, witness, but something's not quite right with your eyes. Mr. Understanding, you've been lying to this court. Now why would I lie? I got nothing to hide. Truth and truth alone is all I sing. Lying, y'all. Nah, lying ain't my thing. There's the table slam. I contend otherwise. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Understanding? It's a temple notice, man. What of it? Have you read it? In this notice, the following instruction to the temple monks is written. All of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's Dance of Devotion. What you talking about, Phoenix? Oh, why did I read it in such a way? Oh, crap. As soon as I got halfway through that, I was committed to it, but it felt stupid. I'm talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't have seen anyone going into the treasure room through those shutters. Oh, he's sweating. Looks like you didn't get the memo. No way. I don't believe it, man. If you don't believe it, why don't you read the notice for yourself? Let's see. Something something will something for something something. Is that your idea of reading? I'm not so hot at reading Quranese, man. I usually get one of those, or one of the other monks to read stuff for me, you know? Doesn't that make your duties as head monk a little difficult? Hey, cut me some slack, man. I only moved to this country 6 months ago. That's quite recent, isn't it? So, how did someone who's only been here 6 months become head monk of the temple? Because of his music. How little you understand. Religious faith can't be measured in months or years. It's all about how devoted you are. I've only been an adherent of Quranism for 3 months myself. The Holy Mother's teachings really spoke to me, prompting me to stay in this country. Or was it the fact that there are no lawyers here that spoke to you? Mr. Payne, I know just how you feel, my man. Her Holiness's teachings spoke to me too. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Dumber. Oh, you don't need to put brother. I present Dumb and Dumber. That'd have worked way better. Well, I know why Pain suddenly became a believer in Karinism. I did not want to click that. But could Understanding have had an ulterior motive for becoming a believer too? The treasure. Mr. Understanding. Were you really in your chamber as you claim? But what? Hey, be chill, brother. Weren't you instead, I don't know, maybe somewhere else? Mr. Wright, what kind of nonsense are you spouting now? It's called an accusation, Pain. According to Mr. Understanding's testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest he could have seen Albie from somewhere else? Well... Do you have a theory, Defense? Do you know where Mr. Understanding was, if not in his chamber? If he wasn't in his room, then... If Albie had gone down the hallway towards the treasure room, there are only a few places he could have seen Albie from. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness really did see Albie going toward the treasure room. What then? The defense proposes that this is the only place he could have seen Albie go down that hall. I would probably say he was over here, next to the breaker. Well, if he didn't get spotted, that's what I would say. There? But you just suggested earlier. That's where the true culprit might have been. True, but no matter how I look at it, this is the only place Understanding could have been. Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me. Are you accusing Mr. Understanding of being the true culprit in this case? Yes. I know it's him, it showed us. Plus, it's too obvious. Yes, Your Majesty. I contend there's a strong possibility this witness is the murderer. God, I really like the music. Ba-dum-bum. How dare you be so disrespectful? Jesus. First you criticise her benevolence's insights that were utter horseshit. Now you accuse the head monk of murder, when he did it.
Objection!
I know, I am terrible. This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was here, he could have struck the victim down from behind and moved his body to the treasure room. That's nothing but groundless conjecture. And there's one more thing. Do you remember what was said in the opening argument? The opening argument? During that argument, it was suggested that Albie used his position as monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. That's right, and what of it? Well, why don't we try this twist... Oh, this twist on for size. The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get a hold of the treasure. What? What? You joshing me, man. The key to the treasure box has been passed down from head monk to head monk. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure? You can't possibly be serious. Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Understanding's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure? Yeah. The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to this court. So clearly, he isn't above lying. Oof. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that naught but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question. Oof. This is ridiculous. Are there no limits to what this lawyer will say? I mean, lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake. Wait, who said that? Was it him? Was it Understanding? Oh, it was. Okay. Enough with the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. Okay. You're just embarrassing yourself, man. What? What was that, Mr. Understanding? Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the law. Wow. The lowest of the low. I can read. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. Is he gonna get jacked? You called my belief into question. My faith in the Holy Mother. And nobody gets away with that. Okay. Wait. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. What on earth? That music. It's making my ears bleed. Where the fuck did he get the speakers in from? Oh dear. His text tone has changed too. This is the music of my soul. Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. So okay, we've got Death to the Lawyer. I'm the Twilight Messenger. Can't you tell? Gonna take this lying lawyer straight to hell. Pretty good music though. He's drifting with lies, running with Philistines. I'm gonna send that lawyer to the guillotines. Oh, it's Philistines to the guillotines. Guillotine. I don't know how you fucking say that word. And now for something completely different. That plinkety-plunk music just wouldn't let me express my rage. Your rage, huh? Isn't the real source of your anger having your lie exposed? You just don't get it. If I lied, it's because you drove me to it. All sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out false accusations. Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job. Yeah, well, lawyers are crap. Wow. It's a naughty word. Keep making noise and I'll have to use my partner here on you. Wonder how long he can do this for. Oh, he's slipping. Alright. I'm the one making noise. Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, do you? Fine. Let's see you try. Feel the heat of my brutal death beat. Savage, right? Sweating bullets, ain't ya? Not really. The screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of this peanut gallery. Oh damn. Fucking hell, they've all joined in unison. Did he really just win the court over with that performance? Yo, Geezer, I got something to testify. Wow, he has just changed entirely. Get ready for the howling of my soul. I call this chart topper Soul Screaming Truth. Okay, so we have another testimony. Oh no, I think I prefer this side of him. Soul Screaming Truth. So the priestess's dance had come to an end. To the music storeroom, my way, I did wend. Okay. Death truth is what you dread. Hear me shred. That's a useless statement, my god. From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep to the treasure room. Oh god, I really like the fact the music goes with the text. That's cool. So I'm trailing from behind, hound on the scent, I saw patrol. After Albie, he went. For me and my girl here, innocent and sweet, back by the storeroom, can't be beat. Yeah. Then out went the power, ticket to midnight, blacker than blackest night. No, blacker than blackest black. Robbing all sight. Sheesh. Yeah, baby. Let that soul metal flow. How the fuck is he playing metal from... that? That ain't electric. What is that music? I've never heard anything like it. It's so fast. It's making my head spin. Jesus. This is Darmelin metal. Of course. Hey yo geezer, how are those ears ringing? I don't know much about music, but I've got chills, and they're multiplying. Oh, that's a good reference. Is he losing control? That's cool. Hey, you scared, lawyer man? Run away, fast as you can. What a wonderful rhythm. The perfect accompaniment for further deliberations. Now, Mr. Understanding, what did you go to the music storeroom for? Hey, I went to put my Darmelin away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest after playing in the right. Well then, why did you lie before? 'Cause you made me. Because you'd send me to hell. Oh, okay. I have no words. Huh? Yeah, that's a pretty good reaction. We all know about lawyers and their lying, lawyering ways. Am I right, people? Yeah! If I admitted I went to the storeroom, he'd have drummed up a false charge on me. I didn't want to get sent to hell. What do you say? He's right, that so would have happened. Now I see why the Defense Culpability Act was passed. You feel me, Karine? You feel me, Karine? Yeah, you said it. Is it too much to ask for a low-key trial? No, are you punks ready to rock or what? What is happening? I can't hear you. I said you're ready to teach this lying lawyer how we do things around here. He did that without even moving his mouth. Alright, then I'm gonna lay it on you one more time. The screaming truth of my soul. Okay, so now it's the testimony. No, cross-examination is what I meant. What on earth? Are you ready? Oh, the music! Oh, it's changed. So the priestess's dance come to an end. To the music storeroom I did wend. Bum 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 bum. You say you went to the music storeroom. But how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead? And on what grounds would you base that accusation? Got anything to show for it? He's right, I don't really have any proof. And yet... well, you can't prove that you didn't go to the treasure room either. You stole the treasure and were ready to make your getaway when you saw Mr. Roll. So you panicked and ran into the music storeroom. Isn't that right? Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by icy stares from every direction? The silence is your answer, lawyer man. This audience knows the score. Just what we needed. A moment of silence to bid this lawyer's baseless claim goodbye. Goddamn, they're loving it. Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country? I said it before and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess's dance, I went to the music storeroom. Death truth is what you dread, hear me shred. I don't... this statement's... literally nothing. But sure, I'll press it regardless. So what exactly do you mean by death truth? It's the blade of truth that's gonna send your lawyer soul to hell. Okay. A sea of blood will be the last thing you ever see. I'm not sure I want to get what he's saying. Yeah, this country seems to me rather fucked. In terms of the law. I don't expect a bobblehead like you to understand. Either you get it or you feel it, or and you feel it or you don't. Simple as that. Okay. Put it fairly simply, I guess. From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep to the treasure room. How did Albie appear at the time? Come to think of it, he was glancing around all shifty-like. You could tell he was up to no good. Shady, I tell you. What's it saying about people who live in glass houses? That they shouldn't throw stones. Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he'd look furtive.
Objection!
The defendant admitted he was sneaking in to see the treasure box. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around? What's that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth, you say? Wrong. Peasleben knows the scar, baby. From my lips to our Holy Mother's ears, an artist only sings what he saw there. In other words, my reasoning isn't good enough for Godboy here. What did you see next, Mr. Understanding? Trailing from behind, hound on the scent as her patrol. After Albie, he went. Something tells me this is going to be a spectacular waste of time, but what do you mean by hound on the scent? Oh. What? You don't get it? It's always the same, y'all. Lyrics questioned without mercy. The more famous the song, the greater the controversy. It wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning. I say hound on the scent like a hunting dog, because, you know, roll was a guard and... Uh-oh. Here we go. The inspiration came to me suddenly like a flash and... Yeah, that's okay. You don't have to explain your lyrics anymore. Hey, you're the one who asked. I knew I shouldn't have asked. Mr. Understanding, you're still on the stand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain your lyrics to me later in Domelin class. Fine, have it your way, geezer. Man, the show must go on. Slash and thrash. Thrash. I thought it said slice. Me and my girl here, innocent and sweet. Back by the storeroom, can't be beat. Oh, dear me. What exactly were you doing in the music storeroom? There, get the picture? You were shredding. Picture? What picture? Mr. Understanding is requesting that you not ask him the same thing over and over. Hey geezer, you got it in one. Take a bow, baby. How the heck did he understand that? What was I doing in the music storeroom, you ask? I already told you. I was taking care of my partner in crime here. Getting ready to put her away. But see, would you believe it? Then out went the power, ticket to midnight, blacker than blackest black, Robin Allsight. Hot damn. Where were you when the power outage occurred? Like I said, I was in the music storeroom. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune. Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at that time? The hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway? You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. Now that he discovered that the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him. Oh. Wire man, just as always. So full of bull. Spewing noxious lies and pulling the wool. I'm quite surprised they said bull. What was this game rated? It may have been a T. As for over here, I have no idea. Oh, that was cool. Filthy liar through and through. and I ain't never ever gonna forgive you. Oh. So utter lies with no evidence. As always, his claims are just tenuous. Hey, nice, prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Someone stop their jam session. Please. Hey! You've made your assertions clear, defense, but your argument is rather unsubstantiated. That's not good. What's so funny? Peas loving understanding. Where the hell do we say his full name? Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under the cover of darkness. Of course. You're forgetting one very important thing. Huh? It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. I did forget about that. It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take advantage of the darkness. And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him. You're right, even I would notice someone coming up behind me. Well, defense, what do you have to say to that? What can I say about that? Mr. Wright, your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen. Well, maybe not magically, but... Wait, that's it. Oh, he could have actually made it happen. He was next to the breaker. I contend the witness could have made the power outage happen. With no magic necessary. What? You have a theory, defense? All he had to do was make use of something shown on this diagram. The breaker. What did the witness use to make the power outage happen? Yes, the breaker. Okay. I forgot, a breaker turns on the power but also turns it off. The witness was in the storeroom, the circuit box is on the storeroom end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say? Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man. And why not? You're saying I turned the breaker off and then snuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him? In pitch black darkness with no source of light whatsoever. That what you're trying to... Oh, that what you're saying? With the lights off, that hallway is blacker than 100 midnights. You can't see the hand in front of your face. How could anybody commit murder like that? Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim, like the accused. I hate when he's right. But I can't just let his point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide. A guide through the darkness. Something. That's more than a little vague, wouldn't you agree? You ain't gonna move this room with a half-baked hunch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard. Really make him feel it, you hear me? Just like my verse, baby. Woo! Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision now, defense. Uh-oh, what do I do? Can you present to us something that could have served as a guide through the darkness? I can. Yes, I can. Because there has to be something. Alright, let's see what you have, defense. What could the victim have been holding that served as a guide through the darkness? The treasure box. It glows in the dark. After all. I believe the victim was holding the treasure box. Huh? Huh? Have you gone mad? Well, the box glows in the dark. So you could use it as sort of a beacon. Not as a sort of beacon. Well, I guess you're right. But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box? Oh, well, because your guess is as good as mine. Nonsense and lies yet again. Just give him the death penalty already. Is there no way to win them over? Defense? Are we going to be needing those tongue shears after all? No, Your Majesty. Yeah, man, do it, do it. Then we can jam out to this lawyer's shrieks of pain. Better get those screams of agony out now, lawyer man. Or you still have a tongue to scream with. I, guess I'd better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box, it can easily be explained as thus. Brain, don't fail me now. What reason could the victim possibly have had to be holding that treasure box? The victim was holding the treasure box because he was... security guard, the thief. Ooh. It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon. It's the only one that made sense, or that fit. But I think it just might be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down. Hello, defense. Are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised. Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief? The victim? The thief. I get the feeling the crowd didn't like that. What kind of bully is spewing now? Your Majesty, this goes off his rocker. If the victim was the thief, everything we've learned so far would all make sense. And it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off with it. Then ran into Albie. Then he ran into Albie on the Great Stairs. That's when Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. Then when the blackout occurred... Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to death in the darkness. That explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark. And how it would have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him. Do you have any idea what you're saying? You're unbelievable, lawyer man. I think you've lost it. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Roll trying to roll the temple. That devout believer? That pious Carinist? I won't allow you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up your claim. Of course, Your Majesty. Oh, really? In that case, can we assume that you have proof? Uh-oh. Proof, huh? Do I have any proof? I can't back down now. Yes, I have proof. In my dreams. The proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence. Very well. Let's see your evidence and be ready to stand behind it. Footprints, fingerprints... I'll take anything at this point. I need proof. Something that would have been involved with the theft. That might still have some trace evidence left on it. Okay, so it's the treasure box, again. What proof do you have that the victim might have been the thief? The defense would like to examine the treasure box. There might be trace evidence on it that would show that the victim had held it. Might. You better hope you turn up something more definitive than that, defense. Yes, sir, Your Majesty. Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box. Oh, wow. There you are, defense. You're free to examine it. If I don't find something now, my entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's that little matter of the old tongue shears. I have to find something. I just have to. Now, to make sure I remember how to do this, I can rotate the evidence by swiping the screen. I can also pinch in and out to zoom in to get better look. If I ever get too turned around, I can always tap reset to return things to its initial state. Better search every inch of this box carefully, and tap anything of interest to check out in detail. Okay, so that spins it. Woo! Right, well we have the inside. So this is where the Founder's Orb was, huh? I doubt there's any trace of the orb left there, or left here now. Although I don't really know anything about the orb, so who knows? I want to move the hand. Can I move the hand? I guess not. This is the lock. It was forced open. I don't really see anything else of note about it. The lid of the box was forced open. But while the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid too. Hey. What? You son of a... You locked it. So? What's the big deal? I thought you can open it with that key you're wearing. Yeah, I can. No sweat. Then why is there a bucket load dripping off of you over there? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key? Sure. Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole? Well, it's the Magatama key. So wouldn't it go in the hole above the Magatama mark? Huh? It won't open. Would you look at that? The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open. Really? Because I'm not so sure about that. So the murder weapon, not even the Magatama key can open it. Glows in the dark. Ah. In any case, I'd better take another good look. I have to find proof that the victim was holding this box. Right. This is the lock. It was forced open. Don't really see anything else of note about it. What about all the blood? There we go. Oh! This bloodstain, it shows the outline of a hand. Could this be what I've been looking for? Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a bloodstain here that outlines the shape of a hand. Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right. Now I'm getting somewhere. Yeah, I don't even know how it was forced open. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box. What? Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box. Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It's just more of his lawyery deceit. What do you mean? Mr. Wright, where is your proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand? What? I should have seen this coming. Oh, I did. I have proof, don't worry. Either show proof or prepare to meet the shears. Or you could save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead. That I did not see coming. Well, defense, how about it? Do you have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand? Where would the proof of something like that even be? Please submit your evidence at this time. What evidence shows that the outline on the treasure box is that of the victim's hand? Crime photo!
Take that!
He has a bloody hand. I remember seeing that. I've got it. This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, it just so happens that I have the proof that you require. You do? That's right. Here in this crime photo. It is? Where? Defense, please point it out. Yeah, he's got a bloody hand. What proves that the bloodstain outline on the box is that of the victim's hand, you ask? This. Not his crotch. There we go. Ta-da! Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. See this? That's blood. What? If we place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloody outline, you think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter? I do indeed. Exactly. Here goes nothing. If they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct. Oh dear. Then, the victim really was holding the box. I'm willing to bet my life on it. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box. Wait, is that a wig? I protest. There's no way they would ever match up. I assert that it's patently impossible for something. Talk about tongue karma. Sounds like he just bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue for the court? Or to the court? Right. I can hardly believe it. Apparently not everything out of the defence's mouth is a bluff. Of course not, your majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future too, if you wouldn't mind. He never has to know it really was a bluff. No, not Mr. Roll. I can't believe it. I'm sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news. He must have needed the money badly, probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. Hell yeah! We got the judge on our side. Kind of. Oh, so that thing Mr. Roll would say to me. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me. He'd say. Yeah. He was probably warning you not to end up a thief. Mr. Roll. Now wait just 1 minute. If the victim was the thief, and he was holding the treasure box, then that means Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed. Ooh, that's a very good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
Objection!
If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else. The real murder weapon was something else? The blood was thought to have gotten on the box when the box was used as a weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood splattered onto the treasure box the victim was holding. When he was struck with the real weapon, that's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Understanding? Oh, he's not even sweating. Oh. Are you insinuating that I'm the one who used this real weapon? I am indeed. Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding? Oh, wow. That was great. You got me riled up, lawyer man. I feel a song coming on. Looking for a weapon that just don't exist. Pathetic liar man drop into the abyss. Oh, damn. Despicable liar man, yo, you make me sick. You can disappear just like a magic trick. So worthless liar man, done in by a weapon, for you miserable wretch, hell doth beckon. I thought it said hell doth be something. Yeah! Still got the crowd on his side. I know I don't need to remind you, Defense, that your life is on the line. Oh, we know. I know, your Majesty. Yet you're prepared to risk it on this mere idea of a real murder weapon. Death to the lawyer. Great, he's starting up this again. This is it. The moment of truth. I can't back down, not now. Yes, your Majesty, I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist. That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now, let's see you back it up. Show us which piece of evidence points to this real murder weapon. Gladly. If I knew which one it was. What would somebody like Understanding use to bludgeon someone? Now then, Defense, please submit your evidence to the court. Yeah, let's see it, lawyer man. Let's see this thing that shows the real murder weapon you say I used. Okay, if I had to guess... Oh! Wait a minute. Did he... He never mentioned anything about the guitar. And I'm almost certain he made it sound like the guitar he's using now was the one he was using on the ceremony, but the guitar's different. That one's spiked. The one he's using now is round. Did he hit him so hard that it broke? So he had to use a different one? That's why I went to the music storeroom? Ah. What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility. But this thin thread is all I've got. I mean, he is using a different guitar, which is suspect. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion. That photo? How is that going to help you, Mr. Wright? There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, look at the shape of this guitar, it's like a tear. Oh yeah? And what's this something? This thing here is odd, to say the least. Yeah, this thing right here is the odd thing. No, the guitar is. Mostly because it's a different guitar entirely. Mr. Understanding. Why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo? There we go. Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes. I noticed that the first time I saw the photo, but didn't say anything, so I was like, maybe he just uses that one for the morning ceremonies or whatever. I had no idea. I believe you said your Darmalin was your one and only. I did forget about that, however. Well, Mr. Understanding, what do you have to say to that? Death to the lawyer. I got nothing to say. Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. What the fuck? Oh, damn. Oh. Not after you use it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death. God, he looks jacked. Would that not break the guitar? Maybe that's what he means by no longer playable. Oh, he's sweating. My old partner wasn't doing so hot, so I brought a sister along, that's all. Not a big deal, lawyer man. Okay, go fetch the other one then. In that case, please submit your old Darmalin to this court as evidence. God, it's like me and Phoenix are the same person. Too bad. You're too late. I got rid of her yesterday. But why would you get rid of her if she just wasn't feeling too hot? You what? Burned her up with the rest of the trash. Okay, he's basically just admitting to his guilt. Ashes to ashes, baby. He's already destroyed the evidence. Is that not suspicious to anybody? And I see more trash right here in this court that needs to be burned in the fires of hell. Lawyer trash. Now there's no proof to show. Wait, what? Is that not proof enough? How suspicious is that? After using it when it was perfectly fine, he burns it for no fucking reason. I never understood that. Like, yes, it's conjecture, but even still, it's gotta be suspicious. Now there's no proof to show. Oh, come on. That was pathetic. Your agony can sound better than that. Whoa. Where's that great scream of yours? This can't be how it ends. God, this is one hell of a tutorial trial. It's been 3 hours. I think I've heard enough. It seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion. But Your Majesty, that's only because the witness destroyed it. Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle of our profession. Without sufficient proof, your claim that Mr. Understanding is the murderer is no more than conjecture. Well, shit. There's the pained expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting. What is it now? You accuse Mr. Understanding of being the thief. But the real thief turned out to be the victim. Uh-oh. And with that, Mr. Understanding's purported motive for murder goes out the window. Great point, prosecutor. You tell him. If I had been there, I would have just collared Roll and gotten the treasure back. There wasn't any reason for me to kill him now. Was there? There's no good counter-argument to that. It sounds to me like Mr. Understanding has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunate as it may be, I think it's time to hand down the verdict in this case. Not good, not good. Defense, I trust you understand what you yourself will receive for taking on this case. My god. They really do want our head. What do I do? The murder weapon's been destroyed, and now I've got no motive. Pot Albie will be convicted, and I'll lose my life too. Mr. Wright, you've wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with lese majesty, in addition to the crime of abetting the accused. Yeah, you should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye-bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repenting in the Twilight Realm. Wait. This guy is guilty as sin. I just know it. He must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll, but what? Come on, people. Let me hear you scream and shout. Time to take this lawyer trash out. My god. Oh boy. The thing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what Understanding's motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of situation would give him a motive. Did you steal it? He said. We know that Mr. Roll was the thief, and that he had gotten his hands on the box. So then, why? Why in the world did he ask Albie that question? What about the treasure box would have prompted him to? There was no treasure inside it. Defense, what's gotten into you? It was empty. Now I get it. Now it all makes sense. Like, Paul Conker, man. What you trying to say? Muttering and squealing to yourself sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs. Your Majesty. Please hold off on your ruling for just a little while longer. Don't tell me you're going to start begging for your life now. No. No, Your Majesty, that's not it. It's just that I realised something important. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time. A misconception, you say? That's right. A mistaken notion about the treasure box. But could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out. Very well, let's hear what you have to say. Thank you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, this is just more of his nonsense. He's just stalling for time. This is your last chance, Defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense. No amount of begging will stay my hand. Understand? Yes, Your Majesty. We all know there's just going to be another one of your stupid bluffs. Now then, Defense. What is this misconception you mentioned? The thing we didn't realise about the treasure box was that it was empty. What if the treasure box was already empty from the start? What? Please recall that when Mr. Roll ran into Albie on the Great Stairs, he asked the boy a question. Did you steal it? He said. Also recall that Mr. Roll was holding the treasure box at the time. So why then did he ask Albie the question that he did? That is a bit peculiar, isn't it? Not at all, Your Majesty. Not once you realise that. By the time Mr. Roll got to the treasure room, the treasure box was already empty. I beg your pardon? Mr. Roll suspected that Albie had gotten to it first, which is why he confronted Albie when he ran into the boy on the stairs. But how would the victim have known the treasure box was empty? He didn't have any way of opening it. Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rite. He would have been able to tell by the weight when he lifted it that the box was empty. Ah, I see. Yes, I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he? Mr. Roll most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in and of itself, after all. But what's your point, Mr. Wright? What does any of this have to do with Mr. Understanding? My point is this. It gave Mr. Understanding a motive to murder the victim. A motive? Mr. Understanding, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. From the moment Mr. Roll discovered that the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed. Because you decided then that he had to be silenced forever. But that's absurd. God, we still have a fair bit to go. Can you believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth? This is all just a colossal joke. So then, what really happened to the treasure? It had been stolen long before this incident occurred. By Mr. Peaslebin Understanding himself. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Understanding? Your Majesty, please don't listen to these trumped-up charges. The defense is grasping. The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Understanding holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure? As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing open the box. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling. I'm not ready to give my verdict yet. What? Poor guy. The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case. Yes, finally, a tiny shred of hope. Mr. Understanding, would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claims? Oh, breakdown? Is he breaking down? Woo! Oh. This is all bull. My noggin's a rage cage and it's ready to explode, baby. Instructor Understanding, please calm yourself. I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. My god, how many music references? I dutifully watched over that treasure with pride. Now I'm getting accused of stealing it? This lawyer is a lying scumbag. Eve. You better believe I got something to say. Open up your ear holes, sheeple, let's rock. Oh, death to the lawyer. Oh, death to the lying lawyer. Okay, now what? Testimony? Oh, right, yeah. Okay, he's gonna rock out. Lying lawyer. Oh. So steal the Founder's Orb, me? I did it? This lying lawyer's insults know no limit. Oh, he's not even rhyming. All this time I guarded the orb faithfully. Sacred duty to the Holy Mother, easy to see. So hands unclean, the accused did the deed, forced the box open, no key did he need. So lying lawyer condemn him to hell, kick him, throw him into a prison cell. Ah man. This was a cool case. I have enjoyed this case, it's been very good. Alright, we've now heard from both sides. Either the treasure box was forced open by the accused, as the witness claims, or Mr. Understanding opened it. As the defense claims. Defense? This is your last chance to cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Majesty. I'm getting so close to just calling him yes, Your Honor, every time. If you're unable to prove your assertions by the end of this cross-examination, then the DC Act will come into play, and both you and the accused will lose your lives. Fun. I understand. Life or death. It all comes down to this. Mr. Wright. Don't worry, I'll be. I'm here to defend you. I promise it'll be alright. Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. I know you can win this for sure. For us. God. And after we win, we can go see Miss Meyer together. It's a deal. I can't let all be down. I have to win this trial. Somehow, I have to prove that only Understanding could have stolen the treasure. Do your worst, lawyer trash. This is your requiem. The last song you'll ever hear on this mortal coil. Gee, she really thinks I'm gonna die. You wish. Cross-examination. The lying lawyer. So steal the Founder's Orb, me, I did it. This lying lawyer's insults know no limit. Oh god. But the argument that the orb was already gone before the murder fixed all the facts. It's no use even talking to you. Where's your proof that I stole the orb? Huh, lawyer trash? He's right, I don't have any proof yet, but I'll find some. Just press everything. All this time I guarded the orb faithfully, sacred duty to the Holy Mother, easy to see. Your sacred duty, huh? The problem with that is that I don't think you really are a true believer. Why, you... How dare you question my faith? It's downright insulting. I'm not trying to insult you, but I can't suspend logic either. You wormed your way into the temple with the intent of stealing the treasure, didn't you? I've had all the insults I can take out of you, lawyer trash. but you're the only one who can open the treasure box. You just keep on arguing the same old lie. I sing the truth, hear my battle cry. Oh, okay. That just looks odd. Hands unclean, the accused did the deed. Force the box open, no key did he need. Okay. The defendant didn't force the box open. That's a lie. In fact, you're the one who opened it, isn't that right? Come on. You just saw it for yourself, didn't you? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open. Oh, yeah. Well, there's your proof right there. Ugh. Score 1 for the metalhead. Look, if the accused really didn't try to force his way into the box, then how do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open for you earlier? How do I explain why the box wouldn't unlock earlier? Maybe there's... a different way to open it. There's a different way to open the box. Huh? What are you talking about? There's a secret trick to opening it, to protect its contents from being stolen. So you're the only one who knows how it works, isn't that right? Are you for real? You've been watching too many movies, Lawyer Man. So you're one of those tourists. Honestly, Mr. Wright, did you come expecting magic and mystery around every corner? I'll have you know, Defense, the Kingdom of Khura'in is not some sort of fantasy funland. It's true I don't have any real grounds to make that assertion. Yet. Oh yeah, I feel another song coming on. A little number about a crazy lawyer with wild, fantastic ideas. The real method to open the lock, you say? Delusion, man. There ain't no other way. A new verse. Please, do add it to your testimony, Mr. Understanding. Okay. The real method to open the lock, you say? Delusion, man. There ain't no other way. Okay. Delusional, am I? We'll see about that. Wild ideas. That's called delusion. Mixed up lawyer, drowning in confusion. Oh god, my throat is really starting to hurt. It's been nearly 3.5 hours, so I'm not surprised. Indeed, the defense's sinful wrongdoing has made him lose touch with reality. Let's hear it. What'll it be? For this sinner's flight of fancy. Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know there's got to be some secret trick to opening the treasure box. Oh really? And where exactly is this secret hidden? The secret is obviously hidden in the key. There's obviously some secret hidden in the key. I'd like to examine it, if you please. You don't know when to quit, do you? Here, go ahead. Examine it all you like. Nothing. I don't see a thing. Well, Defense, what have you discovered? I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything. Your Majesty. Here, I'll return it now. I told you. Didn't I tell you? Yes, yes. You told me. There's just no reasoning with this man. The accused forced the lock open. There's no other explanation. That's right, he desecrated the box by opening it without using this Mitama key. It's Magatama key, innit? Wait, what did he just say? I'll sing it as many times as I have to get it through your thick lawyer skull. Mitama, not Magatama. Only the Mitama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the Founder's displeasure. Yeah! For the forgetful defense's sake, could you please add that to your testimony? If I have to. Carve it into your brain, lawyer man. Only the Mitama key unlocks the treasure. Force it and reap the Founder's displeasure. There must be some secret trick to this key. This again? Oh yeah? Well, what exactly is this secret trick? Huh? What's that smug look for? Maybe something like it can change shapes. Wow, man, that's some wild imagination you got there. I'll give credit where credit's due. You can daydream like a champ. Just like any Magatama, this key is made of a translucent material. One look and it's pretty obvious it can't change shapes. What if you flip it though? That changes its shape. Yeah, I wasn't really sold on that one myself. But I felt like there was something odd about Understanding's testimony just now. I think I'd better take another look through the evidence. Oh, right. So it's because he says the Matama key, but it's actually the Magatama key.
Objection!
Wait, actually, the orbs in the top right, they're the other way around. And they actually kind of make the same sort of shape as the Magatama. Just a minute, Mr. Understanding. You just called your key the Matama key, didn't you? Ah. But didn't you originally say it's called the Magatama key? Is it two keys? Is it Magatama if it's upside down, and Mitama if it's right side up? The Mitama key? What's that? I don't know, Your Majesty. But apparently, it's a rather crucial question. But what? What's the big deal? So I said the wrong thing, so what? Simple slip of the tongue. Magatama, Mitama. An A for effort, Mr. Wright, but your grandstanding betrays your desperation. I'm afraid a small slip of the tongue like that adds absolutely nothing to your argument. What say you, defense? Is it an important detail? Judging by Understanding's reaction, I'd say it's everything my argument needs. Yes, Your Majesty. It's very important. This key is apparently not the Magatama key, but rather the Mitama key. And I believe this discrepancy holds great significance for the defense. No, man. Just a meaningless mistake. Insignificant. You're riding the crazy train to nowhere, Lion Man. Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any heed. It's all nonsense. To tell the truth, I'm not really clear on what the defense is driving at myself. However, I am eager to find out. What? Defense, you will explain yourself like your life literally depends on it. Because it does. Now then. Is the name of the key an important detail? Yes, it's an absolutely important detail. I think. Because the Mitama key is connected to the Founder's Orb. I see, very well. In that case... Actually, wait, if you look behind him... Look behind the judge. It's the shape of the key if you flipped it. Please show the court the grounds of which... or on which you are basing this claim. The grounds, Your Majesty? Magistrate, even? You can, of course, show grounds, can you not, defense? Of course. What else can I say? I have to come up with something. Anything, even if it's just a bluff. The Mitama key. Mitama. There has to be something somewhere that ties Mitama and the orb together. Don't keep me waiting, defense. What evidence shows a connection between the Mitama key and the Founder's Orb? I would have to guess it would be this. Oops, I meant to actually look at it. I guess that was right. I was into details. I just... balls to the wall, fuck it. Yeah, I was supposed to look at details, I presented it by accident. Whoops. What's that, the Song of Ceremony? It seems it was correct. Wait, can I actually read it? Yeah, I can. For some reason I thought presenting it got rid of it. When the dragon and tiger... Ah, there it is. When dragon and tiger battle, the Founder offers divine protection. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favour of the orb is bestowed. Oh, the butterfly! I can't... Can I look at it? No. That... No. Oh, it's there! right next to the butterfly. If you flip the key upside down, it'd fit there. That key's massive. Oh, that's what the song meant. All this time the answer was right there in front of me. It's right there in the Song of Ceremony performed during the Dance of Devotion. Your Majesty, the Song of Ceremony tells of the treasure of the founder of Kharinism, but hidden within its lyrics is the secret behind how to really open the treasure box. But holy mother! Oh. Well, there we go. I presented it on a whim, but it was right. It's the only other thing that we could present, to be honest. Nothing else would have made sense. But how can that be defense? The Song of Ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favour of the orb is bestowed. I believe the Mitama here refers to the Mitama key. Well, yes, it is the same word, but that doesn't mean... We've been calling this key the Magatama key, purely because it's shaped like one. And that's why I inserted the key into the lock with the Magatama design on it. But that was obviously not the right way to use it. And I suppose you know the right way. I do, Your Majesty. To use the key properly, you have to first flip it vertically. Yes. If we turn the Magatama shape upside down like this, it becomes the Kuraini symbol of the soul. In other words, a Mitama. Ah, right, yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. Oh my, you're absolutely right. But now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit into the lock that way. Oh, I knew he was just bluffing. Bluffs and lies are the only tools of his trade, after all. There must be some other place this key fits, but where? Let's see. What were the words of the... what were the words to the Song of Ceremony again? When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favour of the orb is bestowed. So where should the Mitama key actually be used? Whoosh! Oh, there it is. Oh wow! It's actually animated. Oh, this is cool. Oh damn! What a nice fit. Oh. Ah. My goodness. The treasure box. It really opened. No way, man. What? No! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind the Song of Ceremony. It's the true key to opening the treasure box. Is Pain gonna lose his hair? I really hope he does. It'd just be funny. It's all over, Mr. Pain. How so? Let's say someone was fooled into trying to force the front-facing lock open. Sadly for them, it won't budge. That's because the lock is, after all, just a decoy. But then, what you're saying is... neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. They, therefore, had no way of stealing the treasure. The only one who could have stolen it is the one man who knew about the Mitama key. Peace, loving, understanding. Nearly. But I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor, by Mr. Roll's body, was the very unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew how to open the box could have left it in that state. And so, there can be only one true culprit. Admit it, Mr. Understanding, you're the one who killed Mr. Roll. Oh yeah, we did it. Whew. Oh dear. Jesus. Three different shots. I was gonna say, is it gonna smack him on the head? Huh? Cuckoo. Cuckoo. Well, there we go. We did it. Yeah! My god, that was a doozy. That took 3.5 hours. Curse him. It's all his fault. Why'd he have to try and steal the treasure? Why'd I have to spot him with that box? On my way to the storeroom after the morning dance. It's his fault I had to cause that blackout and clock him good. Well, there we are. And there we have it. I couldn't let my secret get out. Nobody could know the treasure box was empty. I'd lose my position as head monk. Who knows what else they'd do to me. I couldn't let... I had to stop him. Cuckoo. Cuckoo. What a shocking development. I can scarcely believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago. No. My perfect, unblemished record. Destroyed. The incredible pain. Ruined. No! Lose the hair. It was a wig! Did the lawyer really win? I can't believe it. No way. This can't be happening. Peace. I said peace. Honestly speaking, I'm just as shocked as everyone else. But the truth has been made known, so it's time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother, this court finds the accused, I'll be your guide, not guilty. Oh man, that looks so fancy! Yeah, it's not just white and black text. Isn't that great? What the fuck? Oh man, that's a cool celebration. Jesus. Right, dome head. Well, there we go. 3.5 hours. Easily, by far, the longest tutorial. Like, that's the longest opening case in all of the Ace Attorney games, I think. Yep. Dual Destinies was 2.5 hours, but this was 3.5 hours. This was an hour longer. The accused lobby. There's all quite a commotion. The people in the gallery show no sign of clearing out. I can't believe it. Not guilty. I'm still in shock. Can you believe that guy? I can feel everybody's eyes on me. This can't be happening. It's impossible. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve us. I've never been in a defendant lobby quite this uncomfortable. Is this Albie? Mr. Wright! Oh, Albie! Thank you. Thank you so much for what you did for me. I'm just glad it turned out okay. It was touch and go there for a while. I'm really sorry, Mr. Wright. I had a really hard time trusting you at first. That's okay, Albie. I know how unpopular lawyers are in this country. But how did it ever get this way in the first place? Allow me to explain. At least, I wish I could explain. But I don't really know why. I never even questioned it before today. By the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone. As far back as I can remember, verdicts have been based on her benevolence's insights. Right. Rafer, the royal priestess. How old is she? You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair? Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality. Yeah, how have she been doing her... unless there was someone before her. For her part, I'm sure she really believes in what she says, but... even with her benevolence's divination seances, lawyers are still necessary. Without proper defense, people could easily wind up receiving wrongful convictions. Mr. Wright? Shh. Huh? Don't say that so loud. People might think you're a rebel. You could be arrested. A rebel? That's right. One of those people going against our queen in the court system. Oh! They call themselves the Defiant Dragons. Oh, it's the opposite of the Matama. And they're led by a scary guy named Dirk. They'll do anything to overthrow her eminence, even commit crimes. Dirk. I remember people in the gallery mentioning that name. Right. They're rebels. The things you're saying sound a lot like the stuff they say. But you're not scary like that Dirk guy. Pardon the intrusion. Eh? Who the fuck? Hey! Mercy! Oh god. It's the fact I said mercy, and then I saw he said that. So you, yeah you, I want to talk to you, see? Flight, is it? Flight? Ah, right sir, Phoenix Wright, and you are? I'm the Karani's Minister of Justice. The name's Inga Kakul Karain. I oversee the whole legal shebang. I was watching that three-ring circus in there. You were? Wow, the Minister of Justice. So he's in charge of the entire court system, Defense Culpability Act and all. Minister Inga, how are you, sir? Run along, Mini-Monk. Grown-ups are talking here. Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir. Aw, poor guy. May I help you with something? Just wanted a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly a dime a dozen around here. Huh. Well then. He's eyeing me like I'm some kind of exotic creature in a cage. Oh yeah, might as well share this little morsel with you. Turns out Roll was a seasoned thief. A repeat offender, see? Had my men look into it, and they found all the booty he pilfered right there in his digs. But he seemed like such a nice man. Why, Mr. Roll, why? Guess he was doing it for the family. What a mook. A mook? How can you say that? Guess that kind of sub-story gets you common folk all misty-eyed, huh? Anyway, another thing. I had my men check out that... I can't remember how to say his name. Understanding. Understanding fella too. He wasn't the one with the sticky fingers. It's the insurgents. What? They put the squeeze on our head monk apparently. So he gave up the Founder's Orb and tried to keep it hush-hush. Bullshit. He's covering for him. Wow, I see. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah. Say, white. That was a cute little number you pulled in my courtroom today, wasn't it? First not guilty rolling in 23 years. You're making waves, see? Stirring the pot. Catch my drift? Oh. Well, Yikes, I'm in for it now. But thanks to that song and dance, we know our precious national treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call it a wash and let it slide this time. But all I did was defend the accused. You do best to read between the lines here, chump. You're standing on thin ice, you get my drift? Even a dirty no-good-nick punk knows to cash in his chips before the house steps in. Do us both a favour, and keep an eye on the path you're walking down. You never know whose toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soil it is you're standing on. Yikes. He was kinda scary, wasn't he? Yeah, well, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about. Such as... when can we continue our sightseeing tour? Tour? Ooh, anytime, sir. We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. And there are still lots more temples to see, and all kinds of local foods to eat. I can show you the natural beauty of the area, and the waterfalls used for training. And I haven't shown you the breathtaking mountain view from the plaza of the whatever. Holy shit. Alright, slow down, Albie. There's plenty of time. And when we're done with all that, we can go see Miss Maya together. Yeah, you bet. Maya. I wonder how she's doing. Hope she's okay. Whew. There we go. End of the first case. Took 3 hours and 40 minutes. Oh, cutscene. Wait.
So, how about that not guilty, jerk?
I heard.
Oh, it's...
Sounds like the winds of change are beginning to stir.
Oh my god, that voice actor. It's the commander from Monster Hunter World. He's voiced so many characters. I really hope this game doesn't continue onto the second case. Because Dual Destinies did that and it was annoying. Illustrations and anime cutscenes, sure. Do I have 2 slots for a save still, or not? Ah, fuck's sake, it starts it. Shit. Well, we're gonna watch this cutscene, I guess. It's the magical turnabout! Next time on Phoenix Wright. Or next time on Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. What the hell? Wait, is that Trucy?
Behold my might!
Wait. Whoa. Whoa. Wait, was that Trucy? It kinda looked like her. Oh, it is. It's Trucy.
Shame on you, Mr. Rian.
What the fuck?
Match for evil.
Hey, the theme. Nice. Was that really it? I guess so. What the fuck? Well, there we go. Penrose Theatre. Stage. Do I have 2 slots? I do. Select a slot to save in. I can do that next time, because I don't need to save. Yeah. Yeah. I can just start it next session. It's no big deal. Well, there we go. So that's the end of the first session and the first case. God damn, as I say, what a doozy. That went on for a while. I didn't expect it to take 3 or nearly 4 hours, but I wanted to do it in one go, like I normally do. Yeah, I've done every tutorial case in one session, I think. I don't think there's been any that I missed, or that I did in 2. Regardless, pardon me. That is going to be the end of this session. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, take care. And for those who stopped by the stream, thanks for stopping by, it's much appreciated. Have a good day, and I'll see you next stream.